Nyght, ride on the track.
What's up? What's going on, people? What's going on, people? How are you doing? Welcome,
Hey,
welcome to the show. How you doing, Miss Lady?
girl, I'm good. A little tired, but look, that's every day. So,
That's girl. That's every
hey,
single
we
day. You already
alive.
know it. But
We
we
alive.
lie, we
We
lie, we
blessed.
lie. We here. We
That's it.
blessed. We woke up on a. We was able to wake up and
Mm-hmm.
see another
Mm-hmm.
day. So right there, it's
Absolutely.
blessing in itself. So we can complain. We can bitch moan all day long. I ain't got no energy, but guess what?
That ain't gonna
You
change
still
nothing.
got to. You still open your eyes this morning. So remember that. So in case you don't know who we are Champagne Confessions,
Champagne
the
confession.
ladies of Champagne Confessions. And
Yes,
yesterday, Kai, I
ma'am.
don't know if you caught it, the guys actually debuted their actual pilot. I know last time it was a mixture between
Ye-
two channels. It was sports.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did. You know what? You know what? I did see that, and I'm glad I was able to see that, and it just popped up on me. It just popped up on my phone, and I said, "This
What
is
are
the
they doing?
pilot."
Yeah,
So, and they said they were ready and they were gonna do it, and I'm so proud of them.
yep. It's
I'm
called
so
Red
proud.
Cup uh
It was a
conferences. Red Cup
um red cup.
conferences, I think so. Something like that. We're gonna
Yeah,
get it together. I'm gonna make them tweak that name a little bit. We need something that's gonna flow a little bit better,
yeah,
Red cup, red cup something. Well, we'll figure it
yeah.
out. But I'm gonna let
Red
them
cup
handle that.
confessions. You already got it.
That's what I was wanting them to do. I was like the red cup confessions, because when you drink this cup, and it's full, yeah, you confessing all right.
You gonna
But we want to
confess.
give a
Start
shout out to everybody
confessing.
in the chat. Go ahead and give us some love, people. What's going on, J Rock? How
Hey,
you
J
doing?
Rock.
J Rock for life. Y'all put some things in the chat so we'll know you're here. Last time it was so deep that everybody was on that quiet mode. We need a lot of interaction on
Okay,
this show
so like,
today, because the first hot topic we're gonna get into is probably gonna take us a little couple of minutes, because I got some things to say about it. But
yeah.
let's go ahead and get right into it, though. How are you today? First and foremost, how are you today? And just let everybody know who you are in case they don't know who you
Mhm.
is.
Well, look, guys, as y'all know, I am Miss Kai. Okay, if you don't know me by now, that's a shame. But anyway, no, I'm Miss Kai, and I want to again thank everybody that's watching us, that's been watching us, listening to us. Like Maggie said, last week was deep. We had everybody got silent, but y'all was still watching. Y'all was stuck, so we really appreciate that. Without you guys, we wouldn't have a show, right, Maggie? We
That's
wouldn't have
right.
a show. We wouldn't
Without
have a show.
viewers, we wouldn't
We
even be
wouldn't
here.
have a show. So
we get tired of talking to each other. We got to talk to you guys.
Yep, absolutely. So that's it. That's all I got for now, y'all. Glad to be back this wonderful Tuesday evening. So just stay tuned in, because we got a lot to talk about. So
that's right, girl. That's right. And of course, you know I'm Miss Maggie T. You know us from Ladybirds of AFN, Atlanta Falcons Nation, all over the place. My mental space, all of that. We just
all over the place.
Jack of all trades at this point. So health coaches and everything. So, you know, with that, I appreciate you, J Rock. I said I'm listening on my way home from work. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Put us on. You know, even if you can't watch us, you can hear us and get a little message from us. For real. I see more in the chat. You know, I see more coming in. Say hello. And how are y'all tonight? We're doing great.
Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
Don't be scared.
Out here.
You know, but how we always start off, though, seriously, we start off with a little bit of motivation. Sometimes it's a deep message, but sometimes we just get straight to the point, you know, because sometimes our attention span is like, I ain't got all day to hear a paragraph. I need you to tell me what to do right now. So Miss Kai just started, you know, and it's kind of fitting because, you know, we're procrastinators, and, you know, we just put things away, and we're gonna put things off, and I'm gonna get to it next week. You know what? Well, I had a little bit busyness to do today. I can't do it today. Maybe next month, though. Maybe I'll take some time.
Or then maybe next year.
Maybe next year.
By then it's September, October, and you're gonna keep putting it off. So
keep putting it off.
Like the message say right there, just do it. Just do it. Just do it.
No excuse.
Just do it.
If you don't start it, you're never gonna begin it. You know what I'm saying? You're never gonna get to the point where it's like, okay, you don't know if it's an easy task, is it something that, you know, but just do it. Just do it. I mean, it's as simple as that. You know, it don't get no easier than that. Like, I'm sick of the excuses. I'm sick of it all. And if you don't do it, who's somebody else gonna do it?
But you know what, Maggie? This is the thing, because we about whatever he said, my son. What's hood, ladies, or what's good?
What's hood?
But look, so a lot of times we procrastinate, okay, because we feel like, oh, it's too. We all have other things going on in our lives, and I understand we don't have enough time in the day. But in this day and age, you better make that time for yourself, because if it's something that you have been wanting to do for yourself and you have a passion for, and you're around here, you're putting other time and energy into other people's dreams and goals. Okay. Not saying there's anything wrong with that, but you're not sharing with yourself. You're not cutting yourself a piece of the pie. So think about that. And I bet
and
go ahead. Well,
no, I was gonna say, we talking over each other. Go ahead, Kyle. I'm gonna let you finish.
Look, I'll just say this, and I'll give it to you seriously. So, what I'm saying is, sometimes it does take. If you need help, ask for the help. Just ask for the help. If you need help, because you have writers that have writer's block. Artists that have blocks, you know, sometimes their brain isn't going, and sometimes they need to get away to themselves. Some people go to quiet spaces alone in cabins and stuff so they can think. Other people need other people around to just help, you know, those brain cells just start flowing. So, but I was going to say, if you need help, but just pick the time and start right now. Go ahead, man.
Absolutely. So what I was going to say was, I forgot what I was going to say. You made me lose it.
I'm sorry.
You know.
You said sometimes people. Sometimes people.
That's what it was. Okay. Sometimes people, you know, they put it off so much, and of course, you're telling everybody what you're going to do. They taking that blueprint, writing it down, and then next thing you know, they don't stole your idea. Then you pissed off. Oh, this helper stole my dream. But guess what? You gave it to her though, because you didn't start it. So she was like, since you sitting on it, let me go ahead and take that great idea. That's one thing about it. Watch who you tell. Actually, you move in silence. That's the best thing. That's the best policy there. Move in silence. Just let them see from the production and everything else. But if you writing down, oh yeah, tomorrow I'm doing this and this is how I do it, it's no problem if you have I was speaking to somebody the other day about a mastermind group. Now, if you got people that are business like, and it doesn't mean that they are necessarily in the same type of business, but you're bringing your resources to each other. It's like, I'm running my business like this. This is my weakness. These are my strengths. This is my weakness and my strength. That's a different way of communicating, because it's like, these people are not competing with you. They're actually trying to help you contribute and be better on their experiences. So you put them together. So that's a mastermind group. But when it comes to everything got to be on Facebook or you're telling your best friend, girl, I'm gonna go ahead and do this and I'm gonna do that, and it's 5 years later, just do it.
Just do it.
And it's a single full-time father here. I be wanting help, but I rarely need help, but nobody be trying to help a G out. You know what? And saying that is, you got to help yourself. Like, we're always pointing the fingers at who's not going to be there and who, but you just got to learn to be on your own anyway. You don't expect everybody to be in your corner, especially when it comes to business or anything, or athlete or YouTube creator. Don't expect your family or friends to even pay attention to it. Sometimes it be the perfect strangers that will, flow with you and support you and pick you up.
That's it. I'm telling you, I'm gonna be honest. Outside of the couple of on the handful, when you run into those strangers, I'm telling you, they will say the right thing at the right time. And you know what? I look at that as me. When that happens, I look at it as me walking. How should I say this? Not walking into my path, but walking into alignment. I'm in alignment, because when that person that you've never seen before, I don't care if let's say you just have the urge to go to the grocery store, okay? And you go. Well, guess what? And that person comes along that you just meet out of nowhere in that aisle and tells you something significant to what you're already dealing with or going through. I'm telling you, that right there, I take that as, God really talking to me in that moment. And I got that urge for a reason, and I was obedient to that urge to just go and obey, and I got what I needed to hear.
And then sometimes it's always good practice to compliment people. I'm always about, and I hope your day is going better. Keep pushing. You don't even know this person. It's like, whatever you're going through, just keep your head up. Stay prayed up. It's going to get better.
Right.
You don't know what that message might mean to somebody, a perfect stranger. So get into a habit, and like I always say, turn that negative energy to a positive. Turn it frown upside down. When you actually put out positive, you get positive. So it's like they were just in a slump, and it's like, you know what? Somebody saw me in a grocery store and came up to me and said something special to me. And I hold that here. And you made the rest of their day. You might have saved that life today. So it's like words speak.
And some people will tell you, oh, you made my day. I'm telling, seriously, they will say that you made, and that makes you feel 100 times than you just complimenting them and them smile. But when they say those words, you made my day. Oh my God, that is the best feeling other than holding my kids when they was little babies smelling good. Oh my goodness.
Now they stinking. They in my face all day long.
Gone.
We ain't gonna get there though. What's up, LLQJ? How you doing?
Hey, going back to our topic for tonight.
We all in the same fight, but different battles, and hang in there. That's right. See, that hang in there when you just couldn't even stomach to get up that morning. and you actually got yourself up despite what you just went on last night. You and your friend cussing each other out. Y'all ain't, it's a whole bunch going on. Family get on your nerves. The dog died, all that. So and you just like, man, how can I go on? Just hang in there. It's gonna get better.
Just hang in there. Just hang in there.
Even by the little thread of your being, if you barely can make it, but you got that little body up and said, you know what, I'm there. I'm up. I'm sitting up in the bed. You made it.
And say, Lord, I ain't with it today. I'm not with it today. Okay?
Absolutely.
I'm about to come into contact with about 10 different people. Hey, we got all of 2 minutes. You better do something right now because somebody about to get it. Somebody about to get it.
3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. What the heck
is wrong with me?
Yeah. So that was our motivational, post and everything, and that's brought to you by My Mental Space.
My Mental Space, guys.
This is a mental health coaching and behavioral health coaching organization. We're building a community of hope and togetherness, and we always encourage positivity. So we will give you some updates on some things we'll have to come soon, focus groups, etc. We're just we're getting ready to get this summer popping.
Yep, working right now. So we got y'all.
We finna do it. But let's go ahead and get into the hot topic because I got a little bit to say about this one.
Come on, let's bring that one on.
Because
let's go.
It's gonna be a 2-part because first we're gonna celebrate them, and then it's gonna get into the juggle up. I just saw some post that was kind of like turned my gears a little bit of like, okay, all right, here we go. So, as you guys know, if you watch the WNBA draft, and that started from the beginning, actually, these young ladies, the Final Four, the March Madness, man, amazing.
That was amazing.
That was, and what you say, Kai, that it was what? Like one of the most,
it
was the most watched.
So guys, I don't know how many people in the chat heard this, but this year I heard from several places, several sources that the women's basketball, the college basketball with March Madness was the most watched over the men's, and we need that. Nothing against y'all men, but y'all been had the stage, man.
Yeah, y'all dominated for long. It's time for us women to get in here and have a little recognition. And then, of course, these ladies right here. Now, the one right there in 5, I think that's the 2025 draft. But nonetheless, these Angel Reese, Kamilla Cardoso. Now, her story alone. I'm gonna put up their pictures.
Yeah,
her story alone is beautiful. She stayed with her coach. She came over here by herself. It's a beautiful thing.
There it is. Yeah.
Clayton Clark, just all of these ladies, and it's more than that. It's about 20 of them. They're just. We can't highlight everybody, and I appreciate them just contributing to such amazing time of basketball. I don't recall people just talking about them, just women's basketball, period. Or a lot of people said, this is my first time watching the WNBA draft.
Come on.
I don't care what you got to, they was, don't call her a GOAT, don't do this, but they are pioneers. Now, of course, there's other ladies that were well before them.
Yeah.
Some very significant, including the head coach that got that championship.
Yes, ma'am. Oh,
yes,
my
ma'am.
God.
I wish I had a picture for her. I got to put her picture up there, but.
Oh, yeah.
She pioneered these ladies, and she's coaching these women to be something amazing.
Exactly.
Now, there's something that kind of, stirred up. But like I said, just their stories alone, like Angel Reese, she just basically said, after they kind of got eliminated from the Final Four, she had a human moment. And she just basically said, now the only thing about being pioneers and the media frenzy, the center of attention, comes to bullying. Threats. All of that. They're taking this game too serious. And it's death threats. And talking about the way they look. And I even seen something like that. Oh, I hope they bring sex appeal to it because that's the only way they're going to watch it. These girls are athletes. So like I said, in the male-dominated industry, they did a good job to at least market it again, So you cannot turn back around from this, and everybody. Now, one thing I want to say, it's just the competitiveness, the togetherness. They played against each other, but they're excited to play with one another now. Like these girls was going at it.
Maggie, see, and that just goes back. Remember the conversation we had behind the scene, me, you, and Mike. I was telling you all about the incidents that's happened in prior weeks with my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Now think about what I told you and think about what's going on with these professional women. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. You gotta teach them to be tough. You
see what I'm saying?
It's like not only creating athletes, now you gotta get them mentally tough to fight the media, to fight the competition that is trying to take them out. So it's starting to get a little bit more pressure. Like they didn't have all that at first, which is sad because, this kind of goes into the conversation I want to go in with that next. But now that the media is, into it, we got to keep it going. But when that happens, it's more controversy. You're focused on the wrong things. We talking about Angel Reese's boyfriend and breakups and stuff like that. Who cares? Because she's getting endorsements and she's trying, she looked beautiful for one thing.
I like the dress. I love when I was like, oh, I gotta get me a dress like that with the hood and just, y'all watch for it.
And then of course I saw an article was saying, she should have covered up or something like that. They're still, please. So y'all wanted to come out there in basketball gear, and they're still women at the end of the day, so, and they're expressing themselves. So I didn't find anything wrong with what these ladies had on, whatever. The dress wasn't like she just had her titties all out like this. It was, it draped very nicely, and it showed her shape and everything else. And it just showed. And one thing I loved about it is like, it represents tall women.
Whatchamacallit? Oh goodness, Cameron Brink, because her and not Kielyn. Kielyn was actually sitting behind him on the couch, but it was a little TikTok, I guess, that they did. I saw it on YouTube where they were in their hoodies and stuff first, and then they turned around. They were in their outfits. Yep. It was really cute. Yeah. It was Angel and Cameron. Cameron had on her little. I'm like, y'all are.
They critique too much, what I'm saying? Like they want them to be all suited up and booted up and stuff like that. But let them express themselves. You got men with ankle socks not on and looking crazy sometimes. So let them be expressive and however they grown women now, and real talk. Darren said the WNBA on old Caitlin and Angel back pay. Their ratings are going to skyrocket when these two hit the league, of course. And that's why I'm glad you brought that up because, we're going to get into that a little bit. Can't lie. This was the first time I didn't miss a single women's. Yes.
Awesome.
You didn't miss it at all. It was exciting. It was something to watch. So, judge it how you want to, but it was must-see TV.
Yep.
It was something looking forward to. I don't even recall. I didn't watch the guys. I'm sorry. I'm over that. I'm over that time. I'm ready to see what these ladies got going on.
Yeah.
And he said, Coach said, other jealous ladies hating other jealous lady success. So
I'll be honest with y'all. when we were when was that, last week? Yeah, last week for spring break, when we were out in Florida for my daughter's tournament. It was really fun. And the Final Four, all of that was going on at the same time. And that just made that trip, because we were there for like out there for 5 days. And
I know that was amazing for you on the road with those girls. I know it probably
was so fun.
Man,
staying in that beautiful home, that Airbnb. Shout out to my host. Oh, wonderful. That was a beautiful weekend. I just really love watching. I mean, that just brought, I don't know, it brought a vibe. It brought a vibe.
And it probably made them want to push better and be better, because it was a commercial. I can't think of the company that it was for. I think it's probably like a shoe line or something.
Okay.
But it was basically showing some of the they're now drafting to that, but the women's college basketball players. It was like a snippet of a young lady that was like maybe in high school or something, and she kind of paused, and she was at the hoop getting ready to shoot. And it was like, her mind just went crazy, and it was like, push harder. It's basically what the message was. So it's like you out there being on the court with those young ladies, being a coach and everything else yourself, pushing them, teaching them, being tough, watching these players. Now it's the expectation. Like, this is how I got to conduct myself. This is how I can be competitive. I need to be right there where they are getting drafted.
Right. And we got a championship. We came back to Georgia with a championship.
I'm telling you.
And guess
over
what?
Years of trials and triumph, you guys made it.
Georgia was putting it on the map, y'all, in Florida. It was other Georgia teams, like high school girls and everybody. We were supporting each other. They got them championships. Georgia, we was like, yeah, we putting Georgia on the map. We love you, Florida. Thank you for hosting, but we got to show y'all what Georgia is about. And we got that a nice, pretty big ring again, Maggie. I'm talking about thank you. Look at that.
Look at that. So that's going to be much tea. That's much C. That's going to be probably the most viewed game. I wish I can get this. What did it say on there? I can't see the clock. I think it's in June 1st. So, I do hope they market better, but I'm going to put this up here, because it was something that kind of, grinded my gear a little bit.
Balling. Women ball too.
But
this is crazy.
This right here, the comment was basically like, they should have went with, because of course, she was offered a big 3, contract. And she turned it down. And they're talking about the salary, saying maybe she just needed to be a traveling nurse or something. It's like it's the salary that they're talking about. Yeah, she could have took that big contract. But do you understand the movement that is happening right now? These young ladies are setting a tone right now in the WNBA. Everybody keep complaining. Nobody's supporting them. Nobody's watching them. Now you got people that are marketable. Now they're getting these endorsement deals. Now things are happening. We need to fill up these seats in stadiums and be sold out like the college games. It's time to support these ladies so they can get bigger paychecks. But to me, they're doing it because the passion of the game.
Yes.
They're doing it because they love what they do. Yeah. I don't think it's a paycheck. And of course they're getting paid. They in all kinds of commercials and everything else. So they're getting what they're supposed to. I'm not trying to sell out on these other players. So it's like, okay, let me go take this big contract over there to another league that's still developing, when that's something that's been in existence for years to come. What do I look like going over there and say, forget y'all, I'm going to go get my money. Yeah. Now that just brings and dampers everybody else's spirit. It's like, oh shit, you just cared about making a paycheck.
Exactly.
So what do you think about that? I was bothered by that. I mean, of course, I know there's not a lot of money out there in the WNBA, but they're happy to get it. They're happy because they earned it, and so now they just got to step it up. and pay these players.
That's how I feel right there. That's how I feel right there. We just need to step it up. Like I appreciate even our family in the chat. Coach Unchained. Who else was saying? Was that somebody else was saying they were watching? The women's basketball. Girls basketball. I think it's, for me, I think it's more exciting. And I don't know if it's because it's different from watching the men that could be play a part in it.
It's to me exciting because they're not selfish.
Right. And they're not, I'm sorry guys, but
it's a showboat. It's a circus. It's a popularity contest. It's they're more emotional.
Yeah, the men are. I'm sorry, but
and they fall in love with one player, LeBron James, and just don't.
Now, LeBron, I love you now.
I love you too, but we sick of it. It's time for the women to shine and people start paying attention to them. And it's going to take these ladies that just got drafted and the ones behind that and the ones behind that and the ones behind that.
Wait for my children and other children out there.
Okay, because me and Tom, we're going to be at that draft party and they're like, come on.
Yeah. I mean, y'all forget. Well, some of y'all might not know. I have Kennedy's going into 9th grade this coming fall. And she committed to her high school and everything that she's gonna play with and everything. It was exciting. You remember I had that meeting that was not planned, but it was well. It went really well. But y'all, I mean, you gotta think about this. Like I'm as a mom, and now my son, that's one thing. You know how it is with men in basketball. Not to exclude him or knock him down, but it's just what we're going through with women now, and having a daughter. It's kind of like you're looking at your child and then you're looking at these women in college and the professional women's and how they're getting paid, how they're being treated and all that. That's a little scary for me when I actually sit and think about it. And then I'll get that, you know what? F them, you know what I'm saying? F them haters. I'm gonna come you, but at the same time, we human, and you think about that. That's like, dang.
Yeah, I like what Coach said. I always enjoy girls basketball. They're more willing to learn and more competitive than men on the court. Yeah, and we got to keep that in mind. We got to keep the integrity of the basketball game with these ladies, because we are women. So there's a lot that comes with that. It says, It said, and she may get that $5 million from Ice Cube anyway in the big. Yeah, she can still come and make appearances and things like that. And he said, I can honestly say that I really enjoyed the women's Final Four and championship game with South Carolina and Iowa. I didn't have a dog in the fight, but I enjoyed the game. I disagree with Maggie. She should have went. Why? She should have went to the Big Three. There's no real money in women's sports. It's literally funded by the NBA and operates as a net loss every season and that's where you help it. Why run and take all the money into a whole nother league?
That's what we're saying.
This is what we're saying. Yes. Then that's selfish of her. Now maybe she go get that. Maybe she go get that money and bring that over to, but we have to fix the first foundation first. If all these players go over there and want to go just make money, you're doing a disservice to the WNBA. Yeah. When I just want to make my money, I'm going over here. We're trying to innovate and make the WNBA a lot better. Now, so these players go and run over there. Go ahead.
Exactly. Oh, I'll cut you. Finish your point. Go ahead.
I'm just saying. So if that's the trend to go over there and get the big bucks, now if that's what you're gonna do, you need to make it where it works out for the WNBA as well. So maybe she could go over there and still get a contract, do a summer thing or whatever, and work along with that organization, but it needs to be where it's still attention is being brought back to the originators of this thing. Don't run away with all the money. That's all I'm saying. And what you were saying?
No, I was saying right here, I'll highlight it real quick. I definitely, and remember I said this. We talked about this right there. No, not that one. I highlight the wrong one.
But that's a good one though. Watch Women's Basketball since Lisa Leslie and all of them. Yeah.
Oh, I took a picture. I got a picture with her. I'm gonna show y'all a picture one day when I. But look, you remember I mentioned that about the rim so they can dunk.
Mm-hmm.
Now I agree with that about whatever. I said that, and I think it will be more exciting and remember I told you about this too. Now
but that's where they come in at. If you're taking that over to the big three, you can't change that. So now is the time to go ahead and think about it. What would make this more enjoyable to watch? What would make it, more fun? This, that, and the other. So you innovate. So it's like you fix something that was broken for quite some time first. Then we can, start talking about the big three and all of that. Then next year, you just got women's basketball everywhere, period. But let's first fix the foundation. That's why they play overseas in the off season for the money. They get paid more. And that's sad, LLQJ, and they do. And that's how they get in trouble too, because, you got to also understand the bylaws of those countries that you're, playing for, Caitlin. Brittany. So, it's a
just in case, because you never know if you get caught up. And then you'll be that it took how long for us to get her back?
Yeah.
A long time.
Yeah. And the cross, it said it's will be the pioneers of the WNBA for them getting paid. Absolutely. The cross, and it's all it's gonna take is sponsorships and things like that. We just need to right now we're not filling up the seats. Right now it's just you're not making any money. They're in deficits and everything to pay these players and everything else. But if they, like the Dream, they've been stepping up their entertainment. They've been selling out games.
Yes.
But we also got to get this roster together. So, we was doing all right, but it's like we got to get better. But they're starting to do that though. They're making it more enjoyable, making it affordable to go to, so it's going to take a lot of set. The crossover wouldn't work though. Not many people watching WNBA, but the stars in a star league is too hard to gain fans when the product sucks. That's what we're talking about whatever. Fix it. These pioneers are going to do that. That's old of the past. Forget about it.
I think it will, because the times are changing. They know this just like we know it. Because remember, Angel even said she wasn't in a rush to go last year because she made more money on her, NILs and different things. So she made that comment. I believe, and I really, really have the faith that it is going to change.
Yeah,
I really do.
So with that, we got to go ahead and get into our main topic of this. I already knew they was going to stir up some conversations, but just keep in mind, people, now how you watch the college basketball games, now you need to be tuning in to the WNBA and watching these women work their ass off to get there and overlooked. It takes us to view it first. Give them a reason for them to want to pay more, because it's like, oh shoot, everybody's watching. Buy the merchandise. Do what you need to do. Do your part in making sure these ladies get paid, if that's what it takes. If you want to be a little bit more flashy and this and that and the other, but we got to do our parts as well. So let's get into the topic of the day though, or the evening. Parent-child relationships. How has parenting evolved over the years into modern day?
They don't believe in no built no more.
And that's one of the reasons that they they took, I'm telling you, when I was in elementary school, that was the final year they was paddling people.
Yeah, that was the final year.
I was in kindergarten. I was in kindergarten.
I think the 90s going up to when that 2000 hit, baby, that was it. That was it. They trying to be their friend. They get to do whatever they want to do. They wearing all this makeup and everything at 9 years old. Heavy, honey. They know how to do it. You hear me? I don't know about that now.
Well, and also when they took prayer out of school as well.
That's a shame.
When they start doing that and everything else, just accountability and things like that, And then we are raising these kids. Now we were raised by our parents, but we have the responsibility of these children that are coming out today. Let's
Gen
keep it real.
Z's. Gen Z's.
You
They
know,
something different.
yeah, something different, man. That says parenting got worse. Yeah, it said Mom, my nickname as a kid was ass whooping because everything I did, I got an ass whooping for, and I got in a fist fight. I was dishing out, and it was back in the day. It used to be you couldn't even make it home. The teacher called, and then you had that voice cassette tape that recorded. Mama heard that. Oh, she read it. Okay, you want to act up today, and then of course, no, you acting up in school. Not only is Mama finna beat your butt, but the neighbor. Your uncle, all of them is like, oh, okay, you want to show your ass today? So everybody got they, you getting your butt whooping. And it used to be, look, with my mom, she's the sweetest pie. I was acting up like I was 12 years old, 13. I was smelling myself a little bit, sneaking out at the house and stuff like that, being rude to everybody. I don't know what I was going on, the teenagers years. You got a little head, a little something with your chest and stuff. She don't hit. Now my stepdad, built crazy. I'm finna whoop yo, boom, boom, boom. I was scared of him. But Mama, don't no. She was sweet. But one day I said something to my sister or whoever it was. She said, you better apologize. I said no. And it wasn't even then what she did. And it wasn't even a hard smack. But the shock that my mama, who don't put her hands on me, slapped me, it was a shock factor. I was like, did my mama hit me? Oh, I straightened up and acted right since that day. I was like, oh shit, I did try my mama that time. Let me get myself together. And Mama trying to, so even though they now consider that abuse and everything else, and so what do you think about that?
Look, first of all, I was raised on getting that. Look, when your mama call you out your name, that B word, and your butt be on that wall hemmed up, you done did something. Because I had mouth. I had an attitude like you. I'm not doing it. I ain't
gonna do that.
What?
No. Like,
what? What? I saw stars a couple of times, like seriously, like literally saw stars.
And it wasn't no cell phones back in the day. It was house phones right there in the kitchen, the living room. My mama used to take that off the hook. You ain't talking to nobody this weekend. You on punishment. And we were really on punishment. Couldn't go out. We wanted to go outside and play. Oh no. You ain't doing nothing.
Oh my gosh. I mean,
it was hard, man. It was hard times.
It was hard. And now it's so, and you know what? I was just thinking about this, y'all. You remember how, like you said, with child abuse, everybody used to, it was a big thing going around where, people weren't disciplining their kids out in public because, a fear of somebody calling defects and all of that stuff. And I would hear that so much. But in recent times, I just thought about it. I ain't heard none of that. I haven't been hearing. And when I see people discipline, whatever, it don't matter where you come from, what race, who's looking or nothing. Child, they act like it ain't nothing. Like it don't bother them. They turn their other hand like, like I'm just not seeing the same responses as I used to in previous years compared to now.
What it was and like what the dynamic of parent is definitely different today. But I think when it was freshly out there, it's like you can't touch your child, is abused, this and that and the other, and the kids got equipped to that. It was like, oh yeah, let me hoop and holler and call defects because my mama took my. It's getting to a point now where at that time it was hot. Yeah. It was the fresh new thing. So it's like, oh, I'm scared, somebody's gonna come after me for popping my child and things like that. And of course they ask questions and they, they send defects to your home for the very little thing. But honestly, defects, child services, because it's different things in different states. They're failing these children at the same time. So they're overlooking things, especially with child abuse and things like that. They're overlooking things now. But for one thing, it's not ran too well. You know what I'm saying? So things are overlooked, and the child that really needs the attention and get out of their home or whatever. Okay, yeah, I'll be all right. Here's some resources. It's not being taken serious. You know, of course, we're just speaking off of what we know. Of course, if you affected by, we apologize by that. But living with my grandma for 1 year, I learned what a switch was. Ooh, yes.
Yeah, that's when you learn.
My granddaddy used to say, "Go get your own switch so I can whoop your butt." And my cousin used to get it.
Or did you get the right one the first time? Did
But you get the thicker one, because you don't want that little that one that tear your little legs up. You got all kinds of wounds, and you like let me go pick it out then. So when you on your backside like mama,
you trying to you trying to cheat, right? Because that one don't hurt as much.
I'm just saying, I mean, I know PTSD people. I know y'all probably got your butt whooped, and the kids don't have consequences and repercussions. So we're going to get into that. So, the topic is just basically what has changed in this dynamic. It just seems like it's not being taken seriously. It says this was back in 10th grade, and my mama got mad and called me the B word, and I was traumatized. Yeah.
Ooh, you got called the B word too?
By mama. I'm telling you, them mamas be sweet as pie until you piss them off.
Lee, you like, excuse me?
They said I threatened my mama one time with defects, man. I damn near ate the damn phone. Hell,
my daughter did that. My oldest daughter did that to me one time. I told her what I was gonna do to her real good, and she told me, I'm called defects. I said, you better hurry. You better hope they come before your
right now
ass be laid face down in this floor.
Make it. My thing about it with my kids, I don't even have to hit them or anything like that. It's like we got to get into the habit of putting fear in our children still.
Yeah.
When you overlook it, it's gonna be okay, baby. Let me kiss the boo-boos. You're gonna be all right. Oh, they got over on you.
Yeah.
So they're not going to take you as seriously. And so I miss the days of being raised by a village. I was a part of being raised by a village, and I'm looking back at it now. I appreciate the way I was brought up. That's what I'm saying. You went from the schoolhouse to your neighbor to, cause mama like, go check in on them boys and see what they doing in their house. Don't tear up my house. You got the notes on the refrigerator. Make sure my living room is clean. Take out the chicken to unthaw, and if you don't do it, she hot.
Right. And they're passing the belt from the house to the schoolhouse to the neighbor house. That same belt and switch getting passed down because they all gonna tear your butt up. I know I will. I'll tear a kid butt up if I need to. But like you said, Maggie, with my kids, like whatever, it's the fear. Because I always say I feel like kids should have some level of fear of their parents, not to be afraid to come to them to talk and things like that. But no, okay, if I do this or get myself involved in this or say this and that, I better not, because my mama or my daddy gonna politely share some things with me. I'll just put it like that.
And don't let that mama with the rollers in her head, ain't got no bra on, house shoes on, come up in that school because you cutting up in front of your classroom. Theotis, you better sit your, and they was like, oh, your mama here, sit in your classroom. What happened to that?
I just seen an episode of Family Matters where Laura was at that doggone party and her mama told her to be in by a certain time. Well, she goes and grabs Laura. She shows up in her hair rollers and her robe, and Laura was so embarrassed. She didn't want to talk to her mama, but you know how them shows end. She appreciated her mom because she understood why her mama did that. You know what I'm saying?
What's happening now though is they're doing it for clout though. They used to do it without the cameras being there. Now they recording it. And like, I'm gonna make my son cutting their hair off. Like, I saw one where they cut the baby's dreads, their locks, just to make a point. You know what I'm saying? So now you're traumatizing these kids just to make a point on social media. Not everything needs to be on there. And he over there hooping and hollering. He's gonna, he's gonna resent you in the end. This not teaching him nothing. What happened to that one-on-one sit down? Like, look, Now, I'm mad at you, and it's the reason why, if you're going to yell at them and all that kind of stuff, you also got to let them understand their consequences. Like, okay, I was only mad and I'm only acting like this because you act up. Now, let's talk about, and we're going to get into that. So it's like the dynamic of parenting has changed into social media results, and or you're overlooking things because you're too busy in your phone worried about what's going on. Then you overlooking things. It's like, oh my God, I didn't realize my son was bad. You missing those parent conferences. You missing those emails. The teacher called, left you a voicemail. Please, mama, he don't like me. Okay, son. Maybe it's your child though. Why is your child getting called on? Why is his grades failing? And he's at home playing video games all day. When did he have the time to damn do the homework? But you want to cuss and fuss at that day when he's about to get. Now they actually are retaining kids. It's no longer that pandemic. Oh, we're just gonna pass them over. Then we started pushing kids to be dumb and failures because we're just letting them pass. It was the education too. We can no longer do that. There is no excuse. If you fail, you fail.
Right.
The grading scales are changing. So it takes a village, and it comes down with the grading scales, the teachers, the parents' involvement, and all of that. So
exactly.
Let me see what some of these comments, and we're gonna get into the next one. It says, Maggie, stop talking about my mama. Yeah. I know it. I mean, y'all know I'm sorry. I'm bringing y'all some PTSD now.
God.
But
we
just got to get back to
nightmares.
That time of being your children, and they knew better. All I gotta do is look at mine. They don't know. All right, mama.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
They don't want me to act up, especially the oldest. Ooh.
Yeah.
She acting like she's an adult now. So it's like, oh no. You might be a little taller. But guess what? I'm here with you.
Yep.
You ain't gonna try me. Try me. How about that? Try me. And I already know Kyle firecracker.
I'll climb up on top of some stuff.
My son almost about 6 foot now. And he like, okay. See, sir.
What he do?
Okay. Don't let this little body fool you. Honey, I knock down ankles and you falling and tumbling to the ground. Then we tussling. And you thought you was gonna come up on me and thought you was honey. But
it ain't gonna work.
This one right here though. Work. Are parents more of their child's friends than they are parents? I think so.
You got that out there for sure.
Yeah.
Yep, you got that out there for sure.
It's just like, oh, you know what? Because for one thing, they're rewriting how they were disciplined. Some of them didn't the parents. Some of them didn't catch the message from that type of discipline. Oh, exactly. My parents were too strict. My parents did this. I don't want to raise you like that. I'm overlooking some things. I'm praising bad habits and bad behavior, but I'm not supporting good behavior. Boy, it's all about the clothes now, how you're looking, and rather than academics, etc. So it's like, and these teachers like, can I have a parent conference meeting with you to pre-warn you that your child is about to fail, and you in there mad as hell because your child can't walk across the stage.
Right. You weren't keeping up with that stuff. As a
parent.
Golly.
So it's like, so why shouldn't parents be friends with their kids?
We ain't got time to be their friend right now. When they get older, we can talk about the friend thing there. Okay. But while they're still under our care and our responsibility, y'all, look, stop trying to be these kids' friends. Stop caring. As long as my kids respect me, I don't give a damn if you like me or not, but you're going to respect me. I know they like me. I know they love me, but I'm not worried. I'm worried about, what did I tell you before we started our show with the two youngsters down there doing? Working on their boards with their goals. academically and athletics, or their next
Mhm.
goal. And they're
It's
gonna
how
hang
you
it.
raise your children, the structure of that. And says some parents want their child's
Exactly.
life to be, to be honest. So they're living through that child because they didn't have those things set in
Yeah.
place. And now there's a thin line between that. So
Mm-hmm.
for me, I do want my kids to do better and be better.
Yeah.
So I wish I did have the parents that pushed me and say, do this, get an education, do this, do that, and the other. I didn't have that
Mm-hmm.
support. So for
Right.
my kids, I want them to have what I didn't have. I'm teaching
Exactly.
them now, save your money. Like my child, she wants to get a house and apartment and all this. I want to live on my own. Don't do it like how I did it. I went out there and got my first little job and thinking that was just secure in the bag. I was working at a
You
Value
don't make me
Village.
laugh.
I was pregnant. So of course I couldn't, stay with mama no more. Me and baby daddy decided, oh, we just gonna live a happy life, together. And then of course I lost
Mm-mm.
my job. And then of course
Mm.
he ain't got no real job either. So we over there looking like, okay, we can't pay the bills. Oh,
Mm.
shit just got real. So I had to
See?
go back home with mama.
See?
Mama, I appreciate everything. I'm sorry. I was too soon. So it's like I'm trying to prepare my child now. I said, don't go out there rushing out there. Stack first. One
Yeah.
thing about us parents, we ready to push him out the door. Oh, he 18. He need to get the hell out of here. When
Mm-hmm.
other families are
Mm.
having them say, no, stay here, go to college, work, stack your money, and setting them up for success. Let's get them some, to save. You need a savings account. You need to gain interest. You need stocks and portfolios and things like that. Teach them about finances. We
Yep.
don't have that. Of course, it was all about baking and all that home crafty stuff that used to have home economics and things like that. But there was
Mm-hmm.
no real classes that taught them how to be a real adult out there. Okay, we know geometry, and yeah, we know how to do
Exactly.
but we need to teach
Exactly.
these kids
Exactly.
real life,
Exactly. How to
how to pay a
budget.
bill, how to
Like,
budget.
come on now. All
You
this,
know,
I ain't saying everything they learn and ain't, but most of this stuff, I be like, why? Why?
yeah. So
What about
these
real
are
life stuff?
this is what's bad about basically try to be a friend is this is how you stand up to it. This is how you overcome those pressures and things like that. You got to uphold your authority with these children.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of turn the other cheek and you let them get away with certain things. Oh, they don't respect you anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They can
Mm-hmm.
fall out, bitch, moan, and have a fit, and it's
Yep.
like, oh,
Yep.
okay, just this time, because guess what? They too busy in their phones and talking and doing whatever, kicking
Uh-huh.
in on the weekends and hanging
Uh-huh.
out. Here's a tablet. Get out
Yeah.
my face.
Right. And I'm gonna be and with me, I don't yell, I don't scream because I think about my health and my blood pressure. Like, it ain't worth it. Even my kids, they ain't worth me. You ain't gonna be burying me 10 feet under and y'all standing jumping around my grave again, talking about, hey, y'all remember when mama used to do this and putting flowers on my grave? Hell no. I'm gonna be standing right here in your face. But when you have to, like, for instance, last night, how when you keep telling my son, he used to smell like he's 11, the little baby boy. He used to smell like cinnamon and brown sugar and syrup all the way up to, I think, about last year. I kid you not. And then one day you walk down the hall and it's smelling like corn chips, funk, and everything. I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah. Yep.
And you tell them, get your clothes up, do this, do that. Well, you know what? I didn't open my mouth. I just went in there. Okay, you don't want to hang your stuff up. You got stuff. I went in there and bagged everything up. Took them off. Whatever was hanging on a hanger. Took it out. Drawers, pulled it all out. It's in a bag. I put him out. 2 pair of his uniform stuff, his belt, 2 pair of everything. And that's all he got to work with right now. Because you don't want to wash them. You don't want to hang them up. I can't keep walking out of room looking at a mess because mentally that's driving me crazy. So guess what? That's fine. You won't, nothing else will be bought that goes up in this room, including clothes, until you get it right. I'm not playing with
together.
I am not playing with you.
Yeah. So
And
it said this all circles around how much control you have on your child, but not too much where you're not allowing them to learn on their own.
Yeah.
You know, so you gotta stick to your guns. You can't, you just can't say something and say, oh yeah, you're gonna be in a world of trouble. You gotta authority. Stick to it. Put your foot down. You gonna act, you gonna learn today. So it's like that role of a parent and your children need you to fulfill your role. If you're trying too hard to be your child's friend, then it's very likely they aren't establishing enough rules. So there's no rules, no boundaries, there's nothing.
Give me that phone.
To insecurities. Parenting means exercising authority, and although that may sometimes lead to your children to complain that you're the worst parent area, Mom, I hate you. Well, I'm glad you hate me today. Okay, right. But you're gonna learn that lesson later on. You're gonna appreciate what I'm trying to do for you. Let them hate on you. Let them hate. Oh, I can't stand you, Mama. You took away my tablet. I can't play Roblox. Oh, I'm sorry to tell you, but guess what? That 0 in that grade book is gonna get you retained.
Girl, I wish it's a 0 up in that grade book. You better not. You better not, because ain't no way in hell, and there's no excuse why you have not completed your work.
That's right. Period. And it says don't overburden them though. So, we can discipline them and things like that, but sometimes with that friendship thing, that's like your little best friend, and you're telling them everything that, even adult things that they don't need to know. You're talking bad about their father. You on the phone with your friends and they hearing all the conversation. What happened to those times when you could not be in the room with adults when they're having a conversation and being adults? You go over there, little Timmy, and play with your toys with your friends upstairs or in the playroom. What happened to those days when my kids, if you ever come to my house, whoever has ever been to my home, my children are not downstairs playing and all that. They're upstairs. I have a 2-level house. They might come in the kitchen and go get something to eat, but they up out of there.
Yeah.
I still raise my kids like that. You are not going to be in here while we over there smoking and drinking and having a good time and watching all this and music playing. Sometimes we have people go over, they dance and shaking ass and all that kind of stuff. It's a party. Get your ass upstairs. Thank you. Because if you keep them innocent, like I haven't had to go to a school and worry about discipline about my children. They're not exposed to, of course they're exposed to things, but I watch what they do. What are you watching? I even had to monitor my oldest phone stuff. I took that passcode, changed the parameters. She was mad. Yeah. Mama, I got to get approved to get this type of app until you learn that you can't be on those type of sites.
I know what's going on. And I tell them, hey, because I ain't around you 24/7. I'm telling you, watch how you conduct yourself on social media as well. And trust me, because don't think you're going to get away with anything, because what's done in the dark is going to come out the light. Because I got people that's watching you too. So
and you got to think about it. I'm going to get to this comment real quick, but you got to think about it. You're watching yourself all over again. So it's like the little things they trying to sneak and do. Look, I was sneaking out of my parents' home, trying to be fast and everything else, and got caught. Yeah. Like, look, I did this. I invented this. So you trying me. I know you. Yeah. I'm looking at me and you. So try me if you want to. But it said, what's crazy is that when you try to teach them and hold them accountable for their actions, they got the nerve to be mad at you when you discipline. Oh, yeah. He said, I used to be scared to show my mama my report card.
Oh, my goodness.
Jonathan Bell said, as a first-time father, I appreciate all the tips and stuff I learned from shows like this. Thanks, Miss Maggie. And Miss Maggie and Miss Kai. Yeah. I'm not a parent, but I do know what balance is. So, it said, I tell my daughter, she's 8, I ain't your friend, I'm your father. We can be friends for 13 years. Real. And I be teaching her financial literacy. That's what I'm saying. My child is starting to learn how to save. She got a whole savings account, 18 years old, graduated. And I was like, look, I know you want to get on your own, but I need you to stack it. You need to at least to make about 3 or 4 times of what you're going to be paying in rent or this and that. I need
Yes.
you to be financially
Yes.
ready for this, because you got to have things for a rainy day when stuff breaks down, your car is not going,
Absolutely.
and you got to come out of pocket and invest your money so it can earn things. I'm teaching them how to be business ladies and men, so it's like we got to be those parents that make sure, because guess what? Social Security won't be there when they're, when they're
I
coming of
already
age.
got my letter. We won't even have it. So, what y'all think about them kids?
Yeah.
Absolute no.
Yeah. Emergency money. Absolutely. You got to teach them, not just because, oh, I got a little paycheck, I'm ready to go. What's going to happen if you lose that little job?
3 to 4
And
months.
you just started working. You don't have any unemployment built up. What you going to do? Let's just think about it. So, but basically don't overboard them with too much of that adult talk, and they're feeling like there's a responsibility. You got them watching the kids, and while you want to party on the weekends, and you're not spending time with them, and and allow them to grow and branch out. You got to let them be kids.
Yeah.
Be kids.
That's important. Even with, even I even do that with my kids and their heavy schedules. I still allow, it's time, take a break from sports. Take a break. You need a break. You need a break. Do something fun. Like they like to go to, with their friends, go to the movies, skating, and just forget about all the other things, that's a priority in their life, because you don't want them growing up regretting it. We don't want that.
Yeah. So, and then just be ready to adapt and evolve. It's a different time. Now this is the age of technology and cyberbullying. Pay attention to your children.
Yep.
For one thing, you gotta, if that child is behaving a certain way, and of course they went from just sweet as pie, then all of a sudden they just, they showing out. It's like, what happened? What happened?
Yep. Talking to strangers. You don't know who they talking to.
They're exposed to so much now, or they're trying to become themselves, hormones and things like that. They're confused about nowadays, sexuality is pushed in their face. A certain way you got to dress, and if you it was a story, I saw it. It was like a article, not an article, but it was like a post. A young man who's raised right. He was going to a job interview, and he was suit and tie.
Okay.
One of the girls laughed at him and made a post about it. This boy is in here with a suit and tie at Steak and Shake or something like that. Like a kid's job, a summer job. But his parents taught him to apply himself. And it was like people coming on the post was like, yeah, what? I used to be raised where you had to dress up for a job interview. And one guy was like, I went to a job interview. It was like they was at the club. It's how we raise them.
Okay. And it's like, well, where your parents at? I got a question.
About what it said. I came from the streets, and streets gone, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Got to make sure mom's financially literate, because she got to earn the money. I don't give a, hold on. If it's coming from her account or not. My baby ain't allowed no type of electronics. That's what I'm talking about. Games, laptops, computer, none of that BS if I ain't around while she on it. You know what I'm saying? You got to take your mind away from that technology a little bit and take a break, a mental break.
Yep.
Read a book, pick up a book. My kids like to go to the library and pick out literature and sit and read it. And you have to teach them early to unplug. Unplug. Take some time and just to your thoughts. Write things down of how you're feeling. Don't put it on that social media and expect somebody else. No. We got to stay in touch with our inner selves and things like that. So us as parents, we just gotta, it was Sky Zone. Okay, that's what I knew it was something like that. Yeah, it was Sky Zone. And he went there and was in suit and tie. looking very professional. And I was like, that young man is going somewhere.
He might be the next manager or general manager over that junk stop. Girl, whoever you are posting that. No, yeah. that wasn't.
Yeah, it said Proverbs 22:6, train up a child in the way he should go, for when he is old, he will not depart from it.
There we go.
Got to get back to raising our children.
Yeah.
These kids don't give a damn about authority. They don't give a damn about their teachers. They fighting them now. The teachers having sex with them and everything. It's just a whole bunch of peer pressure. Because the young ladies are not looking like young ladies anymore. It's the food that we're eating. They looking like grown women walking around there. And I one day I walked into Banneker High School. I look like the student. Like,
yeah.
Wait up.
Yep.
Is your back out? Like, what?
Yeah. Is your what?
Cut jeans and where's your pants?
They had that on.
Girl, yeah.
They don't have uniform.
Not at Banneker.
Oh, they don't.
Well, my Kamilla goes to a charter school though, so they do have uniforms.
Okay. Wow.
But my son, you know, he's they have a good special needs program at Banneker in high school, so he just happened to go there. But I pulled my oldest that just graduated from high school about a year ago out of Banneker. I was like, hell no, we're going to I'm going to a better school. I know I'm in the area, but I was like, I got to get them out of there. It was too much. So the girl who posted the video was probably one of those girls who like her dude scamming and selling drugs.
Her post did not eat, as they say. It did not eat. Okay. So girl, try again. You were trying to put somebody on blast and you ended up looking like a fool. That's the second one that tried to blast somebody and they end up looking like the fool. The one that was talking about the guy that was dressed clean with his polo.
I'm not, what it was, he ain't fly or something like that. I forgot what it was, but
oh my God.
Like, man, they laughing. Oh, what you got on? But as parents, are parents more afraid to discipline their child in this new generation?
I think so. What you think?
Yeah. Some parents are scared of their kids.
Yeah. I don't.
Because they what happens is, like I said, we got to catch the behavioral problems from the beginning.
Absolutely.
Look, Tunk acting up because somebody touched him. Somebody, questioned his sexuality because he maybe liked to wear his clothes a certain way. He's a bit more eccentric. The female that's, has a little bit more low self-esteem about herself. Suicidal. Like when my daughter was coming of age and she was going through her spells of mental illnesses, they said those facilities were so packed with children who are neglected, sexually abused, physically abused, ignored, period, gay and mistreated. It's to the point that it was like it was no beds left. I have friends now whose kids are just joyriding cars, breaking into them, and just doing all kinds of stuff out on the street after 9 p.m.
Like, what are you doing?
Where's your kid?
Walking up and down the street, like, what are y'all doing? They get too much freedom. And it's just like the parenting has changed dramatically. These kids, like I said, they have too much freedom. They get away with too many things. And it's just like, the parents that feel like, oh, I can't get my kid under control. They just give up. And I just don't think that's fair. Like, you just give up. You need to find a way. Yeah, I'm saying it. That's not fair. Like that's not fair, because that creates, issues from what I'm seeing. They're doing stuff against other people, you know, because they're not having that proper guidance. They're being a disservice to themselves, to others. And it's just like, and trust me, that hits close to home because I have in my family, you know, where my nephews are right now, and they're having to do that.
My thing is, what's happening is the roles reversed. It used to be where the parents was disciplining the kids. Now they're sending these children to having these teachers discipline and control and, well, at least try to teach. That's why teachers are retiring now. It's like, I can't do it.
Yeah, and they don't.
You're trying to run a classroom and everybody on their cell phones and, you know, talking and not paying, you know, and cussing you out and everything else. Now these educators who actually don't get paid enough.
Don't get paid enough.
Now they also got to buy the supplies for these kids. For the pandemic, they was just promoting kids just to get by. So some of these kids graduated that shouldn't have damn graduated. Let's keep it real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or got promoted when they shouldn't have been promoting. So now you don't have nobody teaching these kids. They out in the hallway smoking in bathrooms and kicking it. And like, you know, I have a friend that's an educator. All you hear is talking. It's like, why aren't they in the classrooms? But one thing I can say about one of the school, my daughter's middle school, they now have a uniform policy and the discipline contract now, where if they get ISS over a certain time, they can't participate in activities. They can't go to their pep rallies. They can't go to field trips. All of a sudden they got 7th grade dues, which is so unreal for me. 7th grade dues now, but there is a parent contract that we have to sign. There's deposit for these events, non-refundable. If your child is acting up, you don't get your money back.
Yeah.
So it's like now they're forcing the parents to discipline their kids. They're fed up. So I can commend Fulton County. I don't know about APS and all the other, but I can commend some of Fulton County schools are starting to try to implement more disciplinary actions, because now we have to retain these kids. It's no longer a bypass. If you fail, you fail.
Yeah.
Bottom line, you can come here, raise, pout and scream and show out all you want to, mama. Where were you when I asked you to come here 2 months ago when you could have saved the grades? What are you doing now?
But matter of fact, that reminds me, because I gotta look and see when the next parent teacher conference for this month. Yeah, we those curriculum night and all that good stuff, STEM, all of that. But every week, pull up your grades. Let's go. Gotta make sure we're still on point. You already know. Pull them up.
And that's how I do it with my children. You know, they be like, "Oh, mama, I want something." I'm like, "Let me see what them grades looking like. Are you passing?"
Pull them up.
I said, if you want money, that kitchen need to be clean. That bedroom need to be done. That homework need to be finished. Because we're not doing summer school. I want to have some summer trips and things like that. I'm sick of it.
Summer school. Oh, Lord.
You know, so it's like, no, you get your act together right now. Girl, you can have roadblocks, books, and all that kind of stuff. You know, whatever. But
we better not be able to talk about that.
Parents are afraid to discipline their children. So they don't. They want to be the cool parent. Oh, my parents cool. They let me do anything.
That's not okay.
And then they're having them, you know. But I can say. I mean, of course, I don't know. I haven't looked at. But it doesn't really seem like childhood pregnancy is happening too rapidly anymore. I'm not. I mean, what do you think about that? At least something is starting to slow down a bit. What do you think?
It seems that way, because I'm not hearing too much of the teen pregnancy go on as compared to even back in like before COVID, like pre-COVID, like 2019, and earlier. I haven't really been at least not within my area, being in the cab. I haven't heard, because when you overhear things, certain conversations that'll go around, but I haven't, to be honest with you.
So something is working, but the crime rate has went up though.
See, that's now that, yes. That, yeah.
Yeah. Like these water boys, and they breaking in cars now, fighting authority, just not giving a damn. And then you just push them off. It says, go ahead, you read if you want.
No, I was just saying, like, with it's almost like, okay, we talked about, the teen pregnancy and then the violence, that appears to be not as much as high, but then the crime is like this now. So it's like, dang, what we gonna?
Well, because like the teachers, there's no teachers anymore, or the teachers gave up.
The parents too, because it starts with the parents. It started at home.
Absolutely, that's the first and most important thing. It starts at home.
So while you talking about the teacher's just part of your village, okay, your united front, but the raising and all that, stop putting these on these teachers. They got their kids to raise too. They're trying to help teach your kids, of course, but the raising and all the discipline, they should be able to handle their classroom and handle. I believe that when that child
get that, but if that child comes in here and is a group of them that disrupts everybody else's learning, and you instead of teaching, you got to continue to stop. Can you be quiet, please, so I can say something? You don't waste a whole entire classroom just to get them to shut up.
Yeah. So. Yeah, you need to,
So,
get them.
Not whatever, you're getting it for real. A lot of the teachers don't care about the students though, Maggie T, with the last of the students who teachers gave. And it's not that they don't care, but I think they're exhausted. They're fed up because the system has failed them. The parents have failed them. I'm not going to come in here and I got to, watch my back from a student that got upset because I took his phone away. They want to hit and spit on me and things like that. But again, there are teachers that just get the job just to make a paycheck as well. So we can't we can't say that there aren't bad teachers. There is a mix of, sometimes them teachers want to be friends too. They want to talk about kids and, have favoritism and all that kind of stuff. So it can go anyway. I'm not saying, I'm not excusing all teachers, but it takes a village. Let's keep it real. So
a village.
So we're going to give you some tips about, a little bit about how to just kind of improve your parenting, healthy tips on parenting. Because I hope this episode kind of teaches you got to pay attention to your child a little bit more. I recognize my daughter's signs of her mental illness, and her dad was like, "Oh, it's just teenager problems." I knew it was more than that. Now she's diagnosed with schizophrenia. And then, of course, the depression causes it to become catonic. And what catonic schizophrenia is, she blacks out into a whole different, she don't even remember what happens. And then she lashes out. She talks, and she doesn't recognize who she is. She doesn't recognize who I am. And it's all triggered based. So it was more serious than, we wanted to look at it. So it's like not everybody is acting up because they're acting, just want to. There's something is going on with that child. So pay more attention to what they're watching, who they're talking to, the friends they're around, the family members they're around, the teachers, those daycares,
everybody they're associating with or associated with. Yeah.
Just be mindful of what your children are doing right about now. What are your child doing at this time of the hour?
Pay attention to the type of friends that, Now it might be one or two that kind of maybe a little bit more wow, but just watch even with that, because they may keep them at a far, or may not even allow them to even have an impact on how they act, like it's or influence. I want to say they may not even have the influence. So, and now I pay attention to that, the type of friends that they attract, and how they deal with someone that might be a little bit, because now because my kid, they'll tell them parent teacher conference, they so petty. Mommy, her mama about to hear it now.
Yeah.
Like, what you doing? She been acting up.
Yeah. So, and that's good parenting though. So at least they recognize that child is doing what they're not supposed to do. So we're gonna get into these 9 steps to move to more effective parenting. Then we're gonna go ahead and close this out.
Okay.
First one is boost. Now this is a big one, and it should be number 1. Boost your child's self-esteem.
Hello.
Instead of getting on them about being badasses, praise them for when they're doing good instead.
Accomplishments.
Or more. Man, you did great on that project. I'm so proud of you. Oh my goodness, you got up and got your hair done today. Wow.
You
look amazing.
Good.
You cleaned that room up. I'm like, my kids this weekend, I didn't even have to ask them. They're so excited about spring cleaning and decorating. They went in there and gutted those rooms out. Vacuum, all of that. I was like, wait a minute, what are these children? What do you want? But it was like, Mom, I just, praise them though. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm so proud of you ladies. And they was like, Mom, come look at it. Come look at it. I was like, okay.
Oh, girl, don't you look when they say, come look. Look
what I did.
That is too funny right there.
Bring that type of parenting back, Look what I can do. Oh, all those little flips you got going on. It's so cute. Oh, it's just great. You look great today, son.
Right. Just show interest what they have going on.
And so giving them compliments and things, and then catch your kids being good. Like, so just don't focus on the bad. Catch them when their grades are doing great. You went into the grade book, it's like, you got a 100 on your test. Woo! Here's a cookie.
A cookie.
You're doing amazing. So it's like, now they want to pass. Now they want to. Let's go out to dinner because you did so great. You're praising the good in them. And it's like, it's a more effective approach because they're going to want to do it a lot more often. Right. And then, of course, now they're going to start rethinking. It's like, you know what? I can't be on Roblox all night. I got to study. I got a project to do. I got a deadline to make. I need to be getting my grades up because I want to go to college. And I know I need to know having more unit hours and community service hours to get there. I know I have a big test. It's 6 weeks left into the school. I know I need to finish. So I see some shout out to Lisa Landry, my 5th grade teacher, who stayed on my butt because I ain't give a damn. There you go. 1000% agree. It starts at home. If it's not corrected at home, it's condoned at school, and it's up to us as parents to do our part. Absolutely. And so, then set limits and be consistent with your discipline.
Yep. And go through it. Don't get lazy with it, and don't half-ass it. No. Set some disciplinary actions that you can follow through. And because if you keep playing with them kids, just threaten them with it, they're not
and then 2 days later it's over with. Oh, they were like, shoot.
Yeah, they back at it.
They're like, okay, my mama's gonna take my phone away for a minute, but I'll be back with y'all in about 2 hours. Once you forget it. And so be consistent. Don't lead, don't fall back, but of course be very careful about how you're disciplining as well. You know, like I said, you can punish them. You might even yell because you're a little upset at the time. But it's like, you know what? Let me regroup myself. Let me sit down with you, son. And let me explain to you why, these are the reasons for your actions. There's consequences. Because you're teaching them now, because they got to go and be working adults. So if you teach them that there's a consequence to your action, you're just not going to get away with anything. You're teaching them to be a bit better, in life early. So just,
we're raising
those limits.
We're trying to raise productive adults, productive, respectful citizens. Okay, that's what we're doing now. We say, well, we raising our kids. We raising adults, honey. We are raising them to be the best they can be.
And thank you, Devon. It's a great show, lady. Thanks again. I have to catch y'all later. Yep. So I appreciate you. And we are definitely getting ready to wrap this up. Thank you for watching. And make time for your kids. That's a big one.
That's a big
Get
one.
off your phones. Spend time with them. Watch a movie with them. Get some popcorn. Do little cute things with them. Come on. Family time.
Kids. Spend time with them. Get to know them.
Looking at them. Let's put a tablet in front of them. Go on over there. I don't even want to. Get out my face.
Dang. Ooh,
my kids still come in here and lay in the bed with me. I be looking like, okay. And I just lay on over. Okay, well, come on then. Come on. What's going on? Like, my kids still come in here. Mom, I got to tell you about my day. Okay, well, come on. Let me hear it. Oh, well, bye. They just be so excited to let me know what happened. Be a good role model. You got to be the example.
An example.
You got to be the example. So my kids see me doing business stuff with this Atlanta Falcons Nation things and champagne confessions. I'm having meetings with football players and things like that. They're like, oh, wow. So you got to be if you want them to represent you, you got to represent them.
Yeah.
First. You got to be that example. Make communication a priority. Talk to them. Ask them, what's wrong with you today? What happened? You okay? Oh, man. Yeah. So and open up that dialogue and don't be afraid to ask questions. Are you having sex? Do you have a girlfriend?
Y'all,
what are you doing?
Talk about it.
Yeah. Do you like girls? Do you like guys? What's happening here? Communicate with your kids. You need to know what's going on with them. Be flexible and willing to adjust your parenting style. So every child is not going to be the same. So adjust to how that child is. You got to be a little bit more affirmative with this child. But this one, you ain't got to worry about. But this one, you got to wring his neck a little bit. They're different people, different personalities, different things, different emotions. Show that your love is unconditional. I love you. What happened to that? I love you, son.
Yeah, show that love.
Appreciate you.
Come on, guys.
Give these kids a hug. Give them boys a hug. Show them compassion. Show them it's okay to cry sometimes. Stop trying. I'm going to beat you in the chest, boy. You need to toughen up.
Because a lot of what we do with them and show them, like you said, again, they'll grow up with that. Because you'll have some adults that say, well, my mom or dad wasn't really that affectionate with me. They didn't hug. We didn't hear I love you. So that's why I'm not like that with their partners. So think about that. That's tough. We're not thinking about that. That's why I said we are raising, yes, they're kids, not trying to, rush them and mature them earlier than, quicker than, what they are now. But if you look at it from that standpoint, that we are raising adults, it's just to say, at the end of the day, they're going to be adults way longer than they are kids. So we are raising, sorry to tell you guys, we're raising
our next generation, our political people, our police officers, So, and the last but not least, this was very important for us as parents. Know your own needs and limitations as a parent.
Absolutely.
Know what you can and cannot control. Know what your mental health and capacity is. Get you together first before you try to raise a child. If you drugs and alcohol and everything else and all this, and they're exposed to all this, it's the product of their environment first. If you don't know how to do it, you go get some help. If you kind of, out there and you need some therapy yourself, family counseling, get you together first before you trying to hit up on that kid because you can't handle your emotions and things like that. That's when it becomes a real problem. Know your limits. If you need help, there's resources out there. There are social workers and people that can give you all kinds of things to help you. If it's finances, it's whatever is causing you to be that parent that just lose all kind of control, gain it back and say, you know what? I'm not perfect.
Yep. You got to recognize that, though.
You got to recognize that you are absolutely human. So don't feel bad if you and you can be that upstanding parent and your child still falls to the peer pressures of their, whoever they're hanging around. Some kids, you can do all you can, but sometimes you just,
they may have to learn, a little harder way.
So don't beat yourself up if you just felt like, hey man, I lost my kid to the streets. I lost my kid to the system. Some things you just can't. Some kids just want to be rebellious and, want to live a life of crime and things like that. Is after that, that's when you take your hands away from it. It's like, I've done all I can at this point, and you pray for them.
Yep. Let them work that out, because unfortunately,
you done all you can. You wash your hands of it.
And don't feel like you failed as a parent. And because I know a lot of times,
being an enabler to it as well.
And the kids, as they get older, they may, they like to blame you for everything, but you tell them, hey, you're going to have to, at some point, look at yourself, look at yourself. You can't blame and point fingers at the world. At some point, you keep hearing the same thing. You might want to take a step back and do some evaluations on yourself. So they're going to have to learn that as well. And that also goes with parenting too. That's a part of parenting, knowing when to let go and kind of let them learn and fall on their own. Like you're not giving up on them, but you're having to allow them to go through that time. Because if you enable, they're going to continue to blame you. They're going to continue to think that the world revolves around them and the sun sets and rises on their behinds. And that's not, so if it takes tough love, and a lot of times it does take that, and that's fine. That's okay. Let that be a part of their testimony, because one day, if they get it right, and we're going to positively say that they'll get it right, that's just a part of their testimony, and they'll be able to help, the next person. So we all have our stories. We all have our backgrounds. It's not the same. It looks different, but enabling, let them learn, let them fall. Let them
learn. They got to learn. So, we can't be babysitting them, babysitting forever all their life, pacifying them. They're going to have to walk. We had to learn to walk. So you got to do it. So we finna get to our last sip. Kyle, it was a good one. It was a good show.
It was
a good show. Let's go ahead and close this on out. Let's go ahead and get your last minute thoughts and everything. What's going on? What do you expect? Just your last sip.
Well, first, I do want to say this. Like I said, let your, if you have to reevaluate as a parent, reevaluate. Our kids don't come with a manual. I wish they did.
There is not a parenting for dummies book that is going to tell you all the ins and outs.
Man,
of being a parent. You're going to get that one child that's going to challenge you. And then it's like, baby, you are me. What in the world? I'm telling you, I learned it because it was like I now I see what my mama meant when I put her through hell.
Yes.
You know, it's
I
like,
mean,
oh my God, how they say is, oh, you gonna, you gonna have a child just like you one day.
Oh,
Damn
well,
it.
yeah.
I learned that one.
Yeah. Yeah. So did I. And that's cool. It's cool. But don't give up. It's resources out there if you need help. Hey, if you need to hit one of us up, that's fine. I love the kids personally. I know with me, I have found that I'm able to connect with very little bitty kids, you know, your elementary, middle school kids, high school, and adults. So I'm cool. I love the kids. I love to get their butts told. I love to love on them. My kids, their teammates, all of them, they said, well, the girls told me that they're like, you be like this. Get your ass on there. I'm get in there. Team mama. Yes, team mama. You hear me? Get your butt in here. And they said the next minute, I'll be like, y'all want to go to Walmart, get some snacks and do this? I said, yep, y'all got me down pat. And that's why y'all love me.
So that's why they love you. It's that tough love.
So,
and on that, you know, about whatever, great show, ladies. Thank you. Like and subscribe. Thanks to J Rock and About Whatever for tuning in. Follow the Discord.
Maggie, I do want to say this quickly to our viewers. So guys, with my mental space incorporated, so we're gonna be announcing some things with that really soon, and also sharing some ways where you all can contribute, you know, donate and sponsor with our youth through sports, the arts, and some other things.
Oh yeah, we got some things coming up very soon.
So,
I'm excited about it. I'm excited. I'm really excited.
But I'm going to say this: we are really going to need you guys' help. This is a community thing, so I'm telling you now, I'm not going to be behind the bush. We really, when we get, you know, the information out, because we got to do finish up some things in the background, but we really need you all support. So I will say that, but right for the meantime, you all can start following the social media. What is it? So on Instagram,
About Whatever, the Discord. Come back to the video in a minute, and I'll put the Discord as a link on this video. Come back to this video after we finish airing, and I'll have that link there to the Discord and our Cash App as well. If you guys want to donate, go ahead, Miss Kai.
Okay. Well, no. So I was gonna tell them where to find my mental space. So on Instagram, it's my mental space. The numbers 2 and the numbers 1. So my mental space 21, 2 and 1. And then Facebook, of course, my mental space incorporated. We're also on Twitter, my mental space 21 as well. So just follow the social media for the updates coming out. Like I said, and anytime when you guys donate with my mental space. So my mental space is a 501. It's recognized as a 501c3 nonprofit organization. You can write it off. So you can write it off on your taxes. So please follow so you all can get those updates. I'm serious. We are really going to need you guys' help with these kids. They are our future, and they are a priority. So is my mental space Cash App, or if you're comfortable with Champagne Confessions, we still got that Cash App. So whichever you decide to donate to, proceeds will definitely be used, and you can, of course, write it off. We're going to be using it for some good. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in to us. Of course, we don't want to hold you up too much longer. We appreciate that. I'm gonna get the put the link out there, but make sure you are also getting your red and black tickets.
for the July 13th event. Or if you don't want to pay for your tickets right now, you just know you got to have it by time that the door opens. But you can RSVP, so we already know who to expect and how to feed you and all that kind of stuff. So just look for my Facebook, Maggie T Productions. There's going to be a lot going on with Maggie T Productions as a brand soon. So you're going to hear a lot about what's to come. I'm excited. I've been talking to some some things about, it's going to be some things that, like we were saying, community events for the kids that we are getting ready to get into, that we're excited about. So, but on that note, we don't want to hold you up too much longer. We thank you again for tuning in to us. You guys go ahead and head on over to Atlanta Falcons Nation. Ty is on there with Let's Talk About It. Halfway into it, so y'all go on over there, listen to Let's Talk About It, show him some love at AFN. We didn't want to go too much longer, but we had to. I'm about to go over there and show him some love. But until the next time, this is Miss Maggie T
and Miss Kai, and we're gonna see y'all next week, okay? Tune in.
Good night, baby. Same time, 8 o'clock. And leave some feedback, please. We need comments and stuff, and let us know what you want to hear us talk about.
Exactly.
Peace.
See y'all.